CNN's Donnie O'Sullivan got in the cage with former UFC star turned podcaster Jake Shields to explore the Menosphere and why exactly it's so popular.
They speak liberal, they have liberal friends, and then they go online and they are a white supremacist.
This is Vera Papasova. She spent the last year...
Why is white supremacists used so broadly between people? Not everybody's white supremacists.
Far-right men in New York City for a story for Cosmopolitan magazine.
They're the most insecure men I've ever sat down with. It was really difficult to have some of these dates because they were so insecure, because they don't really know who they are and they don't know how to figure that out.
She said the men she dated got all their news and information from the so-called Manosphere.
They did not listen to anything else. They're only listening to independent media, and they're only listening to men talking to men.
The Manosphere is made up of macho podcasters and influencers.
There's no such thing as an independent female.
Most women have zero concept of like money.
Females don't have independent thought.
Tate.
It's a space where UFC fighters are among those who reign supreme.
They love the UFC guys. They love the MMA guys because those guys do what they can. They're modern gladiators. They're badass.
Badass like Jake Shields, a former UFC star turned podcaster.
Sorry. Now I'm starting to feel nervous. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, of course.
Who I met at an MMA gym in Las Vegas.
Like all great MMA pros.
Why this nigga in here with an inhaler on? Fuck all that, nigga. It's time to get in the field.
This is CNN. Do you miss being full-time pro, like in terms of?
Yeah, you know, of course I miss it. To go from professional athlete, which is the highest of highs, to retirement.
And I guess the
podcast has helped. You could fall into depression if you just go from the most amazing career where you're
Right.
famous and spotlights to all of a sudden you're a nobody.
Sure.
Like other podcasters in the Manosphere, Jake regularly hosts controversial guests.
And I named the podcast Fighting Back. I feel like we have to fight back what we're told we're allowed to do. I just don't like to be told you're not allowed to talk to this person. Like, why can't I talk to him? I'm not saying I agree with his ideology, but I should hear what he has to say.
He's hosted the former Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan.
Today I have a very, very special guest, Dr. David Duke. I knew you're controversial, but I had no idea how controversial.
And Thomas Russo, the leader of the white supremacist group Patriot Front.
Let's go where we disagree a little bit.
Yes,
let's hit race, because you're a white-only group?
So the organization only allows people of American ethnicity, and all Americans, I believe, come from Europe, so they're white.
The true heirs of the American spirit fight on! You know, I understand and talk to these guys, but I've also not brought anyone hateful. If I do, I'm going to be really on top of them.
But so you saying that you haven't brought someone hateful on, right? People say, well, you brought on a Grand Wizard of the KKK. You brought on Patriot Front.
Yeah.
I haven't seen this video yet. I hope the whole video isn't about this guy interviewing controversial people. Because I'm trying to link it back to initially what the girl was saying, because that's what this video is supposed to be about. Like her saying that males they turn into podcasters and have the manosphere. I'm like, but what is she saying? Because this is a 6-minute clip. I hope CNN, hope CNN doesn't take the whole 6 minutes explaining this one guy, former UFC fighters, podcast. So in my eyes, I feel like, let's get to the point. All right, let's keep going.
Hateful. No, I think those are excellent questions, but if people go and watch the actual interviews, I think they would be like, oh, this guy's not near as hateful as if I expect it.
But Vera says hate isn't what the men she dated were really looking for.
One of these guys brought me to a political meeting.
And did they talk about politics?
Barely. They talked about, it was a bunch of men complaining about girlfriends and wives, regurgitating Andrew Tate type of advice about how to train your girlfriend, how to train your wife to be submissive. And so this group was supposed to be a political group, but they're talking about relationship problems.
Look, first off, she wasn't supposed to be there. Yo, girl, this is why men should keep their women out of all man space. Because we might get to talking about something, you can't say nothing because your girl and you might care about what she's saying, right? This girl goes and take what we saying in our little thing, and we probably already talked about. We know what we need to do in the political shit. So we talking about women. We just having, we talking. You know what I'm saying? Man might have a drink or two, may not have nothing. We just conversating. But then you have this spy. You got this woman that's sitting here, and she basically want to listen in and see what men are talking about. Like, that's what we focus on. We focus on women. We got testosterone. We like women. Yes, we want our wife to behave. Oh, how do you train your wife? You see, the thing is with her and this whole CNN thing, and this is why I tell people I listen to all TV channels, CNN, Fox, ABC, all them. And I see how they cut shit up. Now, in this whole video, first time watching this video, they cut this video up horrible, bro. Whoever edit this shit, I'm losing attention. You know what I'm saying? They're not getting right to the point. Every time they get her spotlight on the woman, she's only saying like a sentence before it cut out and put a 30, 40-second video in between. You know what I'm saying? So when they doing shit like that, in my mind, I'm like, y'all, first off, whoever's doing this ain't doing it right. Second off, she's complaining about men being men. Men want their wives to behave so they can love them. They want their woman to be submissive. She complaining about a man trying to teach their woman to be submissive. That's a problem because she already ain't a submissive. So now you got to teach a woman to do something that she ain't already doing. So it becomes a problem. Like, why does your man have to tell you to be submissive? That's like your man telling you how to be caring and nurturing. Like, we don't know that shit. That's supposed to be your specialty. It's like you telling us how to fucking fix a sink or mow the grass or take the trash out. You know what I'm saying? But your girl's sitting there like, man, how do you make your man take the trash out? Well, you got to lay it down on him. You got to give him food. You got to give his peace, and then he'll just magically do it. Men can have those conversations too. What she's trying to do right now, she's trying to demonize men talking about their women. Oh, it was a political meeting, but no politics was. Girl, if they talking about politics, that shit, they already made the decision. They just there to talk, pretty much. The decision for the politics probably already been decided. But she don't see that because it's over her head. And I'm not gonna say all blondes are dumb, but in this video doesn't make her seem very like an intellectual. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to follow what she's saying, and in my eyes, I'm like, that's because you're a woman in an all man's space, and you don't understand. You think that your man just want to be like Andrew Tate and Myron Gaines, but whole time, these men are powerful men. They're in politics, which means they calling shots. They want their woman to be submissive because, you know, you can't just dump your wife and you one of them politicians. That shit go in the public and everything. So you want your wife to behave as you want. Maybe I need to get in the gym and get my shit. Maybe I need to go get some more money. Maybe I need to be firm with her and tell her what it is. This is the type of woman that's the rebuttal that's going to teach the other women to fight against a man that's actually doing everything right. So in my eyes, I don't think Andrew Tate's saying anything bad. Myron Gaines, when it comes to women, not anything bad, straightforward. This is what it is. If you don't like it, gone. Honestly, right? But what the women are doing right now is that they're trying to get into the man's head, but they don't think like the man because they're emotional. And we don't think emotional. We're thinking logical. While they're thinking emotional, so they think that they can jump in our head and understand but it's so simple you could, but they don't. And then they try to use the women knowledge to understand the man knowledge while using the woman knowledge. Just use the man's knowledge, you'll understand. Right?
And the fact that that's what most of the time was spent on, you don't need to be a neo-Nazi. You need therapy.
The appeal of Jake's podcast speaks to a need among...
I don't even want to pause no more because CNN, bro, whoever thought about making this video, I'm just making y'all look bad. Real left.
Men in this country,
honestly,
Vera says can't be ignored.
You have to incentivize someone to want to be better. You can't just say, let's make men better. The thing about these guys is their biggest support system is online, but that also is very isolating, and isolation is what breeds hatred.
Groups like Patriot Front offer community, but community.
Why they keep bringing up KKK stuff when they talk about the Menosphere? That has nothing to do with that.
Do you have the capacity to talk to people that you don't agree with? Because that one nice conversation you might have might change someone's day enough to not have to seek out help in an online support group, which is actually a bunch of white supremacists.
Oh God, yo, I can't even watch no more because you know why? And I'm not rage quitting. You ever listen to somebody? Because I work with old people. You ever listen to somebody and they just rant off about something and then it's not even concurrent to what's going on? Like what she's saying doesn't even make sense of what she's saying. She's comparing neo-Nazis to the Menosphere for red pill individuals. Those are two different people. The neo-Nazis have nothing to do, Nazis in general has nothing to do with the Menosphere, and this is what she's competing with. Then you see CNN, they're mixing up neo-Nazi videos in between. So if you're oblivious listening to this video right now, you would sit here and be like, the Menosphere is evil. So what they're doing right now is connecting Menosphere, red pill, to neo-Nazi. So if you're red pill, you're Nazi. And all the liberal man will be like, well, I'm not red pill and I'm not a Nazi, so I can't be red pill because the red pill is not associated with Nazis. When the whole time, the people, the KKK, they basing this off of an interview that a former UFC player made. They had nothing to talk about the UFC fighter. It has nothing to do with the UFC fighter. It was just about the interview. Then the clip had nothing to do with red pill ideology. It was just a man group full of white men. So now the Manosphere and the red pill shit is for white men, bro. This is why you can't listen to bad news channels. That's like when Trump says stuff about CNN, bro. It kind of makes sense when you hear this type of stuff, bro, right? And she's not making no sense. CNN's not editing the video to make it no sense. Imagine somebody put information in your face and they want it to make sense, but it makes zero sense. I'm literally listening to this lady. I'm really deliberately listening, and I don't see any intellect in what she's sounding, because she's connecting a racist group to a group of men that want their women to behave. Those are two different things. One don't like certain people, depending on race, and the other one is focused on making sure you're in control of your life. And if the woman wants to be a part of that, then she's gonna listen. Simple as that. I don't see any bad things going on, but like, let me just play the rest of this video. It's making me upset.
Political beliefs as an excuse for how they feel.
Donnie O'Sullivan is here with us now. Donnie, I'm so glad you've done this special. There's so much intrigue around this.
Oh, he done the special. Bro.
And in fact, Trump is going
delete this video. This shit whack,
How big
bro.
a role does the sport play in the Manosphere?
He is, well, yeah, and look,
Okay, yeah, he's not saying nothing important. I'm be honest, like, I don't know what the Manosphere, see what they're thinking the Manosphere isn't what this is like somebody's looking inside out, they're looking from outside in and don't even know what's going on. Just come in and you'll see. The Manosphere has nothing to do with sports and all that shit. Yeah, guys they're like boys. They just wrestle with each other. So that UFC fighter doing shit, he's retired UFC. UFC is his life. He has a UFC gym. He's training people. People have a lot of testosterone and energy, definitely men. So they're going what? Wrestle in a gym. We do this in general. We wrestle with each other. Your brothers wrestle with each other. They say that's the Manosphere. That's not the Manosphere. A Manosphere can be a group of men just liking one thing, a cigar lounge, motherfuckers playing football, sports together. That's a Manosphere. That's their own Manosphere. Then you have the red pill Manosphere, which they're like, be on your shit, get more money, get your income up, make sure your woman is doing exactly what the fuck you're saying, and make sure she doesn't take advantage of you. That's the red pill Manosphere. But they're trying to inflate Manosphere with kickboxing, with an interview he did with the KKK member, to the Manosphere being a neo-Nazi group. Oh, God. This shit is retarded, bro. Straight up. And if y'all listening to this video, go back. It's a CNN video. And this just, it doesn't sound right. Bro, listen to the girl. Just listen to her straight up. And if it needs to take more time, listen to her. She makes zero sense. This is why I don't take advice too much from women unless they have a lot of wisdom in life. But then again, I still take that with a grain of salt. And for the men too. So whoever has knowledge that I can take from, I take from. I might take little pieces away, but I'm not listening to stuff like this, because this guy made the white guy, he made the whole video. I'm like, bro, this is a bad video. It looks bad. Maybe it's a good video for the liberal men that hate the conservative men. All right, it's your boy Angelo Savage. Tell me what y'all think in the comment section. Was this girl right in your eyes? What does it make sense? Because a lot of people can't debate. I'm a great debater. I like to listen and observe and then reply. A lot of people who's not understanding here, she's comparing Menosphere to the neo-Nazi group. I don't understand that. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment section. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, hit the like for the algorithm, and please don't forget to subscribe. It's your boy Angelo So Savage. Stay tuned for another video. Peace.